up, babe? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Maya, if this is your very first time here. So today, y'all, we are going to be doing a full face of NARS Cosmetics, which is my favorite luxury brand. We're going high-end and expensive today, girl. And I'm also going to be showing you guys how to achieve a smoky liner. So this is something that I've never done on my channel before. I know the foxy eyes was a trend at the beginning of 2020, but I never actually got into it. So I figured, you know, let's just do a smoky liner and just show you guys how to do it with eyeshadow. Before we hop into it, please make sure that you hit subscribe below if you have not yet, so that you are updated when new videos come out. Also make sure that you hit that notification bell as well, so that you are updated when new videos go up. All right, y'all. Let's do it. So we are gonna go ahead and knock this eye out first. Like I said, we are doing, they called it a foxy eye, but it's really just like a blended out liner. I am gonna go ahead and take my NARS Soft Matte Concealer, and y'all, when I did my brows with this a few minutes ago, I was like, this might be a game changer as far as a concealer to sculpt my brows out. It was just super easy. That might be my go-to. I'm gonna have to throw that in my bag, girl. I just felt like it worked better than like a liquid type of concealer that comes in the tube. I don't know, it's just better to me. So when I do the liner, the blended out liner, I don't like to have anything else on my eye. I just kind of just have it as a liner and that's it. So that's why I'm going in with a skin toned concealer, and this is in the shade Amon mixed with Chestnut, just so that we just have a nice clean canvas on the eyes. And then I'm gonna set it with my sponge with my Laura Mercier powder. Because one thing I do not have of NARS is a setting powder. So we gonna be using Laura Mercier. It's the same price range, sis, luxury. And now we have a nice clean canvas ready for our liner. I'm gonna be using two of the Voyager eyeshadow palettes from NARS. This one right here is in Suede. We're gonna use this shade. And then the other one is Copper. And we're gonna use these two shades right here. So first things first, I'm gonna dip into Graffiti. And with this pencil brush, I am literally going to just create a wing. And I'm stamping this color versus really swiping it. I'm more stamping it. I'm really starting like right here in the middle of the eye and then bringing it outwards. And of course, once we get out here, we're gonna clean it up with concealer, but we just kind of wanna bring it out as a liner like that. With another brush, I'm going to dip into the other palette and I'm gonna go into this shade right here, which is Broom. And I'm going to stamp that color right on the edge of the darker color. The smaller the brush you use for this, the better, because that's the more precise it's going to actually be. But these first two colors, you do wanna make sure it's really precise placement. Now, I know there's people who do this a lot differently, but I like it like this. So no judgment, sis. So I'm rubbing this off on my towel and I'm actually going to use it to kind of marry those two colors. So I'm going in circular motions between those two shades and blending them together. So lastly, I'm taking a small blending brush like this. This one is a Morphe M562 and this is Ocean Drive. I'm gonna tap that off and I'm literally going to go in circular motions right above that deeper brown color and kind of start to blend it into the skin of the concealer area. I personally feel like I want a little bit more of the deeper brown shade, so I'm going in between those colors and kind of working that into the middle part. And then I'm also going to go back into the darker shade to reinforce that as well. That's about it. I'm gonna take my concealer and I'm going to sculpt underneath, and this is what's really gonna give it that winged look. Something like this, I do believe, takes a bit of practice. You're probably not gonna get it on the first time, but if you work with it, you can get it down pat. I can't believe this was a whole trend and I completely ignored it on my channel, so don't tell nobody, sis. I'm gonna throw on my lashes, but when I was doing this side, I had some issues, and I think it's just with the style of lashes that I'm using. So I'm gonna go in with my INV Lash Glue Liner because that helped me on this side. And then I'm going to pop on these lashes, and yeah, we're gonna get to this face. Okay, so I do not have a NARS, do I have a NARS primer? No, I ain't got no NARS primer. So I am using my Huda Beauty primer, and this is the water jelly primer. I told you guys in my last video that I was trying to change up the scenery for the channel, sis. Since the new year started, I have been wanting to like just pull myself together, y'all. I cleaned the beauty room. As you can see, we have a different vibe going on, which is gonna change a little bit. I'm still kind of working on it, but for now, she's cute. I rearranged my room, I rearranged my beauty room, I cleaned everything, just trying to really give myself a pick-me-up for the year. Y'all know how I've been all about, you know, self-improvement and doing things to really feed into me personally, whether that be my business or, you know, my personal life or whatever it is. Before I keep blabbing, my foundation I'm using is the Natural Radiant foundation, and this is in the shade Macao. But you guys know that I have been loving taking Skillshare classes as well to just kind of help me be more productive, learn some things that I've always wanted to learn or dive more into my interests. So if you do not know, Skillshare is an online community and you can take a lot of different courses. You can dive into topics that you already know about or things that you love and you just haven't had time to. But on the Skillshare platform, you can take the courses at your own pace, and I have been absolutely loving it. The platform is extremely affordable. A yearly subscription is less than $10 a month, so that is an amazing investment if you're trying to invest in yourself. The class that I just started taking this year, the start of 2021, is called Fundamentals for DSLR Photography, and that's just kind of helping me to know how to work my camera better. But that course is taught by Justin Bridges. But I do absolutely love Skillshare because it has so many different topics and thousands of classes to choose from, so you never can get bored. The first 1,000 people to click the link in my description will get a free trial of a premium Skillshare membership, so make sure y'all hit that link. I think it's pretty clear why this is one of my most favorite foundations. I mean, it is bomb. I love me some NARS foundation, but I really wanted to do this video for you guys because not only did I tell you guys that I was going to be starting to do more like one brand tutorials, but I do really want to make sure that I do both drugstore and higher end brands for either those who want to be a little more bougie and they want to splurge a little bit, but also for those of you who wonder, like, and I definitely meant to go in with my, it's all right, it's fine. Yeah, I know I like to do my concealer, my deeper concealer first, but I'll be forgetting. I'm gonna do this one, then do the lighter one after the deeper one. But also for those of you guys who really want to know like the difference between spending so much money on higher end products versus drugstore products, you want to see how it works, you know, see what the difference is. I also want to do one brand tutorials with higher end products as well for that reason. And we are using the soft matte, y'all. I'm just tripping today. This is the soft matte, and this is in the shade Amande. But I'm just putting this in my areas where I want to highlight. And then I'm going to blend this out with my sponge. But NARS, y'all know NARS, they came for our necks with this soft matte line. The foundation, which I used in the video I posted on Monday. And then this concealer, girl. I'm surprised I don't reach for this even more. I feel like I am going to go ahead and throw this in my frequently used pile so that I can reach for it on my regular days, because I feel like this might be my go-to concealer this year. I'm gonna use the Radiant Creamy Concealer, and this is in dark 3 Dark Coffee. And I'm just gonna use this to add some warmth to the face, contour a little bit around the perimeter of the head, just giving us a nice neutral type of look. And this is what I'm talking about, y'all. I am doing another updated highlighting and contour video soon, but this is giving us neutral vibes. And when you get a contour or, you know, something to bring that deeper shade back in and it's giving you neutral, that's a contour. That's not a like cream bronzer. This will be considered a contour shade. But we're gonna get deeper into it in that video. Now I'm going back in with Chestnut as a lighter concealer, and I'm gonna use that under the eyes just to kind of brighten us up a little bit. But while I'm doing this, I know I told you guys that we're going back to 2 videos a week for a couple months. Probably just for January and February, because I got a lot of stuff going on, and you know, you probably will get an occasional 3rd video a week. Eventually you guys will know why, primarily. But for now, sis, we're gonna rock with 2 videos. I'm gonna try to keep those on Sundays and Wednesdays. Oh, I just cannot get enough of this concealer, girl. And I'm losing my brows. I'm kind of gonna just brush that out just a little bit. And I also forgot to give myself a little bit of a nose contour. So I'm gonna do that as well. I'm gonna have to say that I definitely like the cream bronzer look versus a cream contoured look. I feel like bronzer to me just makes you look a lot more natural versus contour making you sculpted. Y'all know I did a whole video on this. I don't know, I just like that more red tone bronzer look versus the neutral tone deeper shade on the face. Like I said before, we are going to set with Laura Mercier, keeping it nice and high end today. But since we are talking about the comparison kind of between higher end and drugstore, as far as this soft matte collection from NARS, personally, I think it's unmatched. It's unmatched. I have not seen a line like this complexion drop from anybody. The NARS Soft Matte Foundation and Soft Matte Concealer, I just don't think there is a drugstore equivalent to that. And if you have ever tried it, you might agree, especially if you have dibbled and dabbled in other more affordable brands like drugstore brands. It's just not the same. You ain't gonna get no better than that. So if you want soft matte, that NARS Soft Matte Foundation and Concealer, that's your girl. Now, of course, we know Fenty just came out with the Soft Matte Powder Foundation, which I love as well. But it's not, you know, a normal foundation formula. So I feel like it counts, but it also don't count. And this is my medium deep powder, and I'm kind of just putting all over the face to make sure we are nice and mattified. I love this liner because I feel like it is a really cool and quick way to like spruce up an everyday makeup look, you know? Once people get close to you and they be like, oh, it's a little drama going on up in there, you know? That's cute, that's what we want. So I'm gonna dip into this NARS Summer Light Face Palette, and up here in the corner, they have this deeper shade that I'm gonna use as a bronzer. It is very much neutral. I'm gonna mix it actually with this shade next to it, which will give us more of a redder tone and make it look more like a bronzer. But as far as face products are concerned, oh no, I forgot to use something. Oh man, I really wanted to use that too. NARS has a cream highlighter palette. Well, these are powders, but these down here are creams, and I wanted to use it before powder. It's fine, we'll figure it out. As far as face products are concerned, I feel like NARS has some amazing face products that actually will kind of read more as high end versus another brand. I love how they have these face palettes that make you feel like you don't have to dip in a lot of different products. And y'all know I try to give you guys those recommendations as much as possible because especially with some of us being more on the beginner side, you don't want to reach for so many products. You got like a one-stop shop type of situation. So I'm gonna use this same combination for my nose contour, or just to kind of like dust around my nose with this, just to give me a little more definition. Oh honey, we looking expensive, looking and feeling expensive today. And I'm gonna take the butt of my sponge and dab over that shade because I kind of feel like I went a little ham. In the same palette, they have this big shade down here, and this one is in Destination Unknown. Technically, this is a bronzing powder and these are eyeshadows, but girl, please, you can use them for whatever you want to use for. So I'm using this to sculpt underneath our contour area. It's kind of like a brightening powder is what I'm using it for. I love this because it's really correlating to the shade that's under the under eye, so it's kind of bringing it all together. So you know I said that I wanted to use the cream blush, well, highlight. Look at me, y'all. I don't know what's wrong with me today. I didn't even finish the bottom of my eyes. Come on, I am for sure tripping today. We're going back into the very deep shade that we use in the Suede palette, and with a very sharp angled brush, and this one is a Morphe 165, I'm going to line the bottom. So it's really important that we leave this on the corner of the eye versus bringing it all the way along the bottom. The bottom should really start to bleed right into the line where our liner is coming out. So this side, I feel like I kind of like brought my angle up a little bit too far. So I'm kind of gonna try to even that out with this line and bring it out to be a straight line. But when I get here, I'm just pushing it upwards to fix my mistake. Yes, girl. Expensive. From there, I'm gonna take the lighter brown shade, not the deeper one, that was the middle one, but the lighter one with a small flat blending brush and blend out the darker shade. I just don't want to add too much because I still want to get that effect of the bottom and the top meeting to become like that cat eye. Do I want to do a liner? No. I don't want to take away from this shadow liner. So I'm going to use my mascara and I'm going to put it on my bottom lash line. And this is the Sky High mascara from Maybelline. And we done. So even though I feel like I missed my opportunity, I'm still going to go into this palette with the cream highlighter. This is the Overlust Cheek palette. And I'm going to go into the highlight right here at the top in the middle. And this is deep down. It is a highlighter and illuminator. And it is a cream. So we still can put it over it only because it's not like, you know, a cream blush that we're gonna have to like blend out a whole lot. I feel like it's still okay to use at this point. So I'm going to highlight my nose and hit my Cupid's bow with this, as well as my inner tear duct. And one thing I will say about NARS, which I know I have said before, not just NARS, but any higher end products, unless they're coming out with like a highlight line, they're kind of on the chill side. It's a lot less, I'm about to blind you with my highlight type of vibe in their highlighters. I guess that would make sense with the fact that it is more of a luxury brand. You know, it's more about like that subtle beauty versus the trend of having a really bright highlight. So I guess it makes sense, but if you're looking for stark, bright highlighters, I would say higher end brands, especially like Laura Mercier and NARS, are not the ones to go for. For those of you who want or like that really subtle type of vibe, then it definitely would do. All right, I am loving how this is looking. I kind of do want to go in a little bit with this with a highlighter on the cheeks, especially with such a light highlight. I feel like we can get away with it. It's not too much. It's not, you know, overbearing, just a little bit to bring it together. For blush, I'm dipping into the shade Orgasm, which is right here. They have it in a lot of different base palettes as well as individually. And that's kind of faint on me. I'm actually gonna mix it with the one next to it, and this one is in Orgasm X. Let's see how that one, okay, that's better. The one that's just normal Orgasm wasn't showing up how I really wanted it to. Ooh. Do y'all see that? That is pretty. And this look for sure needs a lip to kind of pull it all together. So I'm gonna go into a lip liner, and I'm actually gonna use my Bar lip liner from Morphe because it's a nice dark deep brown shade. And I have a few options of lipsticks that I want to use today. I feel like it's between Slow Ride, which is a kind of liquid lipstick formula, and it's like, looks like that. Ooh. Yeah, girl. Or we have a lipstick, and this one is in Lovin' Lips, more pinky tone. Neither one is as light as I was hoping it would be. Let's just try them both. So this is Lovin' Lips. Oh, something about this I love because it brings the blush. I feel like it kind of just completes the look by bringing the blush into it. But this one is Slow Ride, which is giving more like terracotta vibes, kind of. Which one do we like more? I don't know if I'm sold on either one. Hold up. And this shade right here is Fly Robin Fly. I think that's it. This one I like even more with the blush that we chose. It's giving me high-end expensive beat. And I love it. So this is our finished look. I'm gonna go ahead and zoom in. We're gonna get a little extra, sis, and we're gonna wrap this video up. I hope you guys really enjoyed this full face of NARS, which is my favorite high-end luxury brand. Don't forget that the first 1,000 people to hit the link in my description box will get a free trial of the premium Skillshare membership. So make sure you guys check that out. If you like this video, give me a big thumbs up, comment below, let me know what you thought. Also make sure that you hit subscribe below if you have not yet, and I'll see y'all next time. Bye.